now I have a very special keynote speaker who has to come on stage and speak about cultural transformation through automation. Sadaf Hatif, Director and CEO, HRSG. I would like to have her on stage with a very warm welcome. Kindly appreciate the lady and wake up a little. Best for the last.
Assalamu alaikum and good afternoon, everyone. I would like to start by congratulating Ghulam Mustafa and his team for curating such a wonderful event and giving me an opportunity to share this podium with such accomplished professionals. My topic for today is automation and cultural transformation. I know a lot has already been said, so it would be more of repetition, but I would try to keep it crisp. I will start off with a quote of Judy Smith, CEO of a crisis management company. She says, "There is always an opportunity with crisis. Just as it forces individual to look inside himself, it forces organizations to re-examine their policies and procedures. This pandemic has made us think about everything differently, as individuals and as organizations. For individuals, materialism was taken over by empathy and care, compassion and care. And for organization, it was taken over by empathy and employee well-being. Because of the pandemic, numerous organizations that had never contemplated working remotely had to adapt to it. We were one of those. We could not even imagine working remotely. Pandemic happened around 23rd of March. There were 42,000 employees to be paid. A payroll of 42,000 plus employees was to be processed, and we were stuck in a lockdown. And then most of the pharmaceutical companies and other companies were declared as essential services. So we had to ensure employees are available and there at the work site as they were providing services to these essential services. That was a mammoth task, and we had no clue what to do. But it was the team effort and the technology that we had that made it possible. No salary was delayed. There was not a single hour of a downtime for any client that we serviced. Alhamdulillah, it was an achievement and it was an eye-opener. After the first lockdown, remote working or hybrid working or strategic flexibility, whatever we may call it, became a norm. Technology was tested and it passed with flying colors. Now, rather than returning to the old ways of doing business, it is time to embrace the new change and take advantage of this otherwise disastrous situation. For HR, that means moving from compliance mindset to embracing the strategic flexibility. So HR has an important role to play. HR has to be at the center stage for this cultural transformation. Culture is the heart and soul of an organization, and culture breathes through its employees. So business needs to cultivate an environment where human and machines can work side by side. HR must be ready for this challenging task and be available to stir this transformation by enhancing employee experience. The study, Today's State of Work at the Breaking Point, reveals that companies are fast approaching a breaking point and require intelligent automation to leverage the pace of technological advancement. 54% respondents said that they have started using intelligent automation and in one or more of the processes, while 37% was still contemplating. It also brought light to some important stats that affect HR department directly. Only 42% of business processes are automated, and business leaders suffer spending 2 full days or more than 16 hours on administrative manual tasks. Human resource department is lagging behind in business process efficiency. HR was named the department most in need of a reboot. Only 37% of HR delivery of employee services was automated. 91% of executives say that skilled employees spend more time on administrative tasks. 93% believe that reducing mundane tasks unleashes employee creativity. The above stats are pre-COVID. Fast forward 2020, automation and digitization that was planned for a couple of years happened in months and weeks. The global pandemic has acted as an unexpected catalyst, accelerating digital transformation and universalizing remote working. It has forced working life to change almost overnight, evolving the workplace into something more distributed and flexible. Yet, to manage these challenges, HR has to step up. How to go through this transformation, HR has to build a narrative. Building a workplace fit for future is as much about cultural change as it is of technology. Business needs to nurture an environment of co-working for man and machine. Here is how we go about it. Change the mindset of the workforce, first and the foremost. Unless we start changing the mindset that machine is not here to replace us, things would not change. People are naturally resistant to change. So we have to build an acceptability, give them the right perspective of this automation so that they take it positively. They need to understand technology is not here to take their role. Technology is to facilitate them and give them the capacity to take on more creative assignments. Building this acceptability is even more important when you have several generations working in your workforce because they all have different expectations and ways of working. Moving towards a creative thinking, that is only possible if we encourage automation. If we have automation, then only we would have time to think out of the box, as routine and mundane tasks would be removed, and our employees will have enough time to think and be creative. The future workplace will be more about working in teams and discussing opportunities, exactly things humans are good at. Embrace the rise of liquid workforce. As more and more routine tasks are becoming automated, organizations will need a workforce that is agile and flexible, which might require hiring more contract people and freelancers. A liquid workforce of people you can rapidly adapt to environment and stay relevant. Automation in the workplace can also bring opportunity for upskilling the staff. Building team spirit. In the age of automation, it is no longer necessary for everyone to work in one office, but it's still important to make employees feel that they belong. Collaboration platforms can empower people across different disciplines and locations. Keep reinventing yourself. That is what technology gives us the opportunity to do so. Workers can no longer expect to stay in the same position for 5-10 years. In fact, 41% of millennials and Generation Z don't expect to be in the same position for more than 2 years. In such a fast-paced world, business and teams have to stay fresh and continually reinvent themselves. This means cultivating a culture of constant learning and role evolution. What needs to be highlighted is automation's role is not replacing humans, it is to amplify their capabilities. Once the narrative is built, you are set to realize the benefits of this transformation. Automation has changed the life that we live at workplace and at home. Intelligent automations are transforming our life, as we know, use of smartphones, smart TV, smart cars, and everything. We are more dependent than we realize. Thus, it's no surprise that intelligent automation is playing a key role in our workplace too. Experts recommend that a business willing to transform digitally should begin with automating the human resource department. These are the benefits and opportunities that HR automation can bring to your business. Flexibility. First and the foremost, the only positive thing that happened after with this pandemic was flexibility of work. Remote working is the new normal. It has changed the perspective of work and life altogether. There are companies that allow remote working, and then there are companies who support remote working. Both are different, but it is the norm of the day, and this gives a lot of flexibility in terms of attracting talent also. Diversity comes with flexibility. As Asma already said, when you have flexibility, you can attract diversity. A lot of female workforce which would not have been able to join can easily be part of the mainstream. And same goes for differently abled talent. They can work from home and still contribute, because not all organizations can provide the infrastructure that would be needed. So with this flexibility, a lot of differently able talent can be absorbed and can be brought into the mainstream. Inclusion. Automation has changed the way we communicate and collaborate. With these collaboration platforms, we have extended team participation as there is no space limitation. More voices are heard, more ideas are generated. Engagement. With flexibility and diversity and inclusion and lot of other interventions, there is employee engagement because they have time for more creative pursuits. With creativity, with flexibility, they feel more motivated and they have purpose. Employee experience. A lot has been talked about employee experience. Automation can do wonders in this area of employee experience. A birthday message, a welcome note on the first day. You don't have to go to your line manager for leave approval. Sochna padega mood acha hai ya nahi. All these are things of the past. You can do everything through your mobile phone. So you don't have to go through that experiences that we had earlier. Now it is a totally different ball game. These minor tasks have bigger impact. So automation brings a lot of change in terms of employee experience. Capability and capacity. Monotonous, repetitive, and manual tasks are automated. We free up a lot of time that can be utilized in more creative aspects that builds capacity and capability of our employees. This not only ensures steady pipeline of talented pool for the organization, but certainly builds robust talent management also. Speed, accuracy, and consistency. Would not talk more about that. Value addition. With creativity and engagement, there is value in everything that we do. So this is how automation positively transforms the culture of an organization. I will close with how the future of work is shaping up and the culture evolving around it. What is the role of office in business? This is a common question asked by employers and employees. They both have different answers. This results in complicated conversations. Employees want to be remote. Employer want to be in office to preserve culture. According to the result of a research by McKinsey, 40% of employees are looking to change job this year. 39% are ready to quit if forced back to the office. Meanwhile, employers are hunting for talent in an economy in which the power is shifting from the employer to the employee. Organizations are concerned and struggling to preserve the culture with this remote workforce. While this discussion goes on, technology marches on. This cocktail of conflict between employer and employee and growing technology is resulting in an uncertain future. Is the future of work a self-service menu in a restaurant? Will we be doomed with Zoom calls for the rest of our career? Will we be able to maintain business culture with all the employees working remotely? These are questions yet to be answered. What matters most is what is achieved and not where it is achieved. With all this and much more happening in the culture of an organization the success of an organization will be determined by the culture. Its survival and its success all depends on the culture. Cultures that are adaptive and resilient will not only survive, but will thrive. Thank you so much.